took flight and rose above all. He changed the game and became a legend.
The question is, how do you stop Jordan from pouring in basket after basket? I'm not sure they'll find an answer to that question.
Now, when it comes to Jordan, really, you can't look to stop him. You can only try to slow him down. But the other side of that equation, Clark, as you mentioned, is Magic Johnson. And he'll cause a lot of matchup problems for the Chicago defense.
And it starts, Kevin, with his size. I mean, he's so tall and talented with the ball that he's a driving force of the offense. I mean, he runs the Laker offense. Chicago will probably end up putting a bigger guard on him, and then he'd probably look to eat up the smaller guards in the post. We might actually get to see the Jordan Magic matchup because of that. But even if that isn't the case, you can expect them to try to one-up each other, not every trip down the floor, but throughout the game.
Oh, this has the makings of, Clark, I think, a fantastic NBA Finals.
I'm right with you there, partner.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, some serious questions about James Worthy's availability and his ankle heading into this game. When I spoke to him earlier, he said his ankle is improving. It doesn't look to be close to 100%, but hopefully they'll be able to treat him out to where he can get through the game. They're better off with him, even if he's not 100%, guys.
Thanks, Doris. And Worthy's such a big part, Clark, of this Laker offense.
Boy, Kevin, losing him would hurt, not only because he's a great finisher and fills the lanes and is a versatile defender as well, but he's a warrior. He's championship tested. So they'll miss him if he's not able to go at full strength.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. We've got Byron Scott, Perkins out there with Divac, then it's Worthy and Johnson. Not that you would expect much different, but Magic Johnson was huge in that Game 6. 25
points, and he did an outstanding job of carrying the offense. He also had 11 boards and 8 assists too, Kevin.
Now here's Worthy. Scottie Pippen unable to get his shot to go. 2:51 left in the first, and it's Johnson picking him up. Here's Grant. Pippen, a screen on Perkins. Grant, the pass to Pippen. That's good. The layup comes off a nice pass. Pippen's got his first 2 points. And Clark, back to Magic. That's pretty much what you've come to expect from him in the playoffs. Near triple-doubles.
Yeah, that's what he does. I mean, he's such a terrific player, and he's had to carry a little more of the load this time around, but he's been more than up to the task so far.
Now here's defense. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Pippen.
Your team doesn't need that mistake. You got to be efficient.
And here's Paxson. Upside Pippen, over Perkins, and it's Pippen missing, and it's the Lakers' ball. Johnson outside. Divac. Worthy backing down. Shoots from 12, and it's Worthy again missing. So with the Bulls, Clark, can we expect the same amount of defensive pressure we've seen in the postseason this series?
Absolutely. I mean, if that's what they've been doing so well, why would you change it?
Sure.
As soon as they find the ball, they'll start attacking that player and force them to make a play.
That makes sense.
Yep.
No good from Grant. Scott with the ball. Not on the scoreboard yet. Here's Paxson. 1:10 left in the first quarter. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Clark, seeing Worthy out there, he's moving so much better than he was against Portland.
Yeah, he really is, Kevin. I mean, he just wasn't himself with that injury. In a big game like that, you know if he's healthy, he's putting up more than 8 points.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Purdue comes in for Bill Carton. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. And the Lakers making a change here. Grant. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Now that's great court vision, Kevin. Even when he was about to shoot, he was still able to spot the open man.
Johnson outside. And Perkins backs in. And back to Worthy. You could see him struggling with everything. Only going 3 of 12. That's just not him.
Not at all, Kevin, especially if you look at how efficient he's been from the floor throughout his career. But he does look better now and should be back to his old ways soon.
And that spells trouble for Chicago.
It does. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
At the line for the Lakers, Lonnie Lee. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. Here's Armstrong. 26 seconds left in the first. Smith against Jordan. With the fadeaway. And the rebound goes to D-Box.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be.
Here's Williams. And again, the Lakers no good. And here comes Armstrong. That will count. Nails the buzzer beater.
Boy, that's what I call a bailout there. He got the shot off just in time.
Some great action here as the first quarter concludes. Bulls lead by 1.
Well, their defense has been superb, Kevin. They're talking, working together, and really making it a challenge to score.
It's more NBA coming your way. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Armstrong. You think back to the last game of the Detroit series, and Jordan was just a huge factor.
Yeah, he was very much on top of his game. 11 of 17 shooting, 29 points, and that was just the beginning. He was a man on a mission and completely silenced that Detroit crowd.
Bulls
Let's
foul.
check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, gentlemen, Michael Jordan has been trying to downplay the Magic versus Michael matchup, repeatedly saying it's the Bulls versus the Lakers, not just two people competing. But when he talked to the media this morning, he relented just a bit, and you could see that look in his eyes, and he knew this would be about the marquee matchup. Makes you think he's been sandbagging a little bit coming into this series, gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris. And Clark, they can say it's the Lakers against the Bulls all they want, but really the world is watching Michael against Magic.
Well, it's two of the best players of all time going at it. I know it's a little early to say that about Jordan, but he's shown it so far, and a title would certainly help cement that claim.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Purdue. B.J. Armstrong is out there with Michael Jordan, and there's Livingston. Now here's Jordan after Magic Johnson's miss. Armstrong with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Lays out.
Remains Bulls ball.
And some changes for Chicago. Cartwright comes in for Will Purdue. And it's Paxson in for B.J. Armstrong. The Lakers making a switch here. Here's Cartwright. No points for him. Looking at Perkins here, he really stepped up big in that Game 6 against the Blazers.
You know what? The Lakers might not be here now if he didn't have that big game. 26 points, 10 of 14 shooting. He was a force in the middle.
Here's Divac after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Scott. Money on the 10-footer.
I really like the fire, the intensity that they're playing with now. They got off to a tough start there in the first quarter. They didn't shoot it particularly well, but they've played through it. They've been able to stick with it, and that, to me, that shows their resilience.
The Lakers able to recover. And it's the Lakers ball. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. You know, Clark, thinking more about Perkins, with Worthy hurting, they needed him to be a big factor.
Well, you figure they'd need somebody to pick up the slack, and it did happen that way. The bench helped out too, but you got to give credit to Perkins for putting his stamp on that game.
And it's the Bulls with the ball after the basket by the Lakers. Paxson against Smith. Here's Jordan. Nails it from close range. Jordan's got his second basket of the game.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Johnson, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Jordan against Williams. Divac, he's guarded by Cartwright. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
First personal foul, 2 seconds. At the line for the Lakers, Lottie Divac taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Looking at Pippen, he didn't have a great game per se in that game 4 clincher, but he was all over the box score nevertheless.
And that's really what Pippen does, Kevin. You look at the stat sheet, 23 points. He was only 7 of 18 shooting, but he helped out with 10 assists, and he really helped facilitate the Bulls' offense.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Paxson. 2:15 left in the second. Jones against Grant. On the mark with the fadeaway.
I'm not a big fan of the fadeaway in that situation, but he drained it. Nice shot.
The Lakers in the lead. Johnson outside. And stolen by Jordan. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Trailing by 2. Here's Paxson. No points for him. Stolen by Magic.
Great jump on the dump inside.
And here's the one-handed jam.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Here's Paxson. Chicago calls timeout.
Fans now coming onto the court are your Lovables. Make some noise and cheer them on.
Some changes for Chicago. Bill Purdue's checked in for Carter, and B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. And the Lakers making a change here. Here's Armstrong. He's guarded by Johnson. Armstrong kept alive and almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
At the line, the Bulls. Horace Grant taking 2 shots.
That one is off. Clark, the Bulls completed the sweep almost a week ago now against the Pistons.
Yeah, they were really clicking and left no doubt that this team deserved to represent the East in the NBA Finals. It should be a great one with Jordan and Pippen each with their first trip to the limelight of championship basketball. Boy, they've really been scrapping for rebounds in this one. Neither club really dominating the other.
Johnson outside. Shot no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Magic really struggling out there. Grant outside. Here's Pippen. Count the baseline J. Pippen's got his second bucket. Here's Johnson. Not on the scoreboard yet. Dumps it off. Worthy backing down. Fades back. Rebound, Grant.
I'm not sure why he faded away there, Kevin. The D wasn't really in a position to affect that shot. You know, both teams, Kevin, are just about even in terms of giveaways here, so no advantage either way.
Here's Johnson, and good off the glass as he lays it in. And the Lakers lead by 4.
I think this is where you want to operate. This is where you want to be taking shots from as an offense, in and around the paint.
Armstrong with it. Jordan up top. Here's Grant. What a big-time shot to beat the buzzer.
You got to be cool and confident to hit a shot like that. He is, and he delivered.
And so we wrap up the first half. Lakers ahead, up 2.